Across Africa, a revolution is burning bright. From Mali to Niger, to Burkina Faso, nations once trapped under colonial shadows are rising again. Led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Colonel Assimi Goïta, and General Abdurrahmane Tchiani, the Sahel has chosen a new path. They've abolished French as their official language. They've embraced their own African tongues, Bambara, Moor, Hausa, Zarma. Why? Because language isn't just about communication. It's about power. It's about dignity. But while this fire of freedom spreads, something shocking is happening in Uganda. A presidential candidate has vowed to ban Kiswahili, Africa's own unifying language, and replace it with French. At the very moment when a huge part of Africa is decolonizing, a section of Uganda's political class seems determined to recolonize itself. And honestly, that is embarrassing. Let's look closer at the Sahel, where this fire of freedom was lit. Ibrahim Traoré speaks to his people with a courage that is electrifying, telling them the days of dependency are over. In Mali, Assimi Goïta stands firm, uniting his nation under the banner of true sovereignty. And in Niger, General Tchiani resists all external pressure, reminding the world that Niger will not be dictated to. Their very first act of liberation was cultural. They removed the colonial tongue from their constitutions. Think about it. Every lesson taught in a French classroom in Africa was once a subtle reminder of submission. But today, children in the Sahel can learn, sing, and dream in their own languages. This isn't just a policy change. It's a restoration of identity. It is Africa reclaiming its soul. But while the Sahel rises, Uganda stumbles. Mubarak Munyagwa, a presidential candidate, has declared his grand plan to abolish Kiswahili and replace it with French. Let's just pause and think about that for a second. Kiswahili is spoken by over 200 million Africans. It's the official language of the African Union. It's the adopted unifying language of the East African community. From Dar es Salaam to Nairobi, from Goma to Kinshasa, Kiswahili is the thread that connects markets, culture, and people. Yet in Uganda, right at the heart of East Africa, one man wants to silence that powerful voice. He wants to replace it with the very language that Africans in the Sahel are fighting so hard to reject. Can you imagine? While Burkina Faso is busy burying the last remnants of French colonialism, a politician in Uganda wants to dig it all back up. This isn't a vision. This is confusion. This is a tragedy for Pan-Africanism. And now, perhaps you begin to understand why Uganda has been under the same ruler for nearly 4 decades. Yes, Museveni's grip on power is strong, but the opposition leaders continue to weaken themselves with these shallow, disconnected visions. Instead of offering real freedom, they propose new chains. Instead of building African pride, they just recycle old colonial scripts. The problem in Uganda isn't just a lack of democracy, it's a profound lack of leadership, real leadership, visionary leadership. And so, the people remain trapped, not just by Museveni alone, but by the absence of any credible alternatives. Just look at the stark contrast. On one side, you have the Sahel, young leaders daring to confront empires, daring to build self-sufficient nations, daring to speak Africa's languages. On the other side, you have Uganda, politicians who seem to fight not for sovereignty, but just for attention. Politicians who want to argue in French while their people cry out for progress in Luganda, in Luo, and in Kiswahili. The Sahel is choosing dignity. Uganda must now decide. Does it want leaders or comedians? Does it want builders or clowns? Africa cannot move forward with politicians who are just playing a game. It can only move forward with true visionaries. Africa is at a crossroads, a critical junction. If we continue with this kind of bankrupt politics, we risk losing another century to stagnation. But if we choose real leaders, men and women with courage, with vision, with a deep love for their people, then Africa wins. The Sahel has spoken. Burkina Faso has spoken. Niger and Mali have spoken. The question that remains is, will Uganda listen? Will the rest of Africa listen? Because our future doesn't need more politicians. Our future needs leaders. And our dignity, our true power, lies not in French or any other colonial language. It lies in Africa's own voice, in Africa's own soul, in Africa's own languages. Thank you for watching. If this message resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe to join the conversation. Let's keep pushing for a stronger, more united Africa.